Life and career. Okay, let's start with life. I'm from and I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but I was one of those people who needed to leave Minnesota to know that it was a nice place to live. So I've lived in both Miami and in New York City, but I'm originally a nice Minnesotan. I've been married for 37 years. I ditched the big wedding and eloped, got married in Miami in Spanish. My husband still claims that he doesn't know exactly what he signed up for. I'm the mother of 3 boys, so I am totally outnumbered. I studied psychology in undergrad and human resource development and adult learning in grad school. And as a hobby for anyone who follows TED Talks, I am a board member and the lead speaker coach of TEDx Minneapolis. So I help speakers stand on that red dot, all nervous, convey an idea worth spreading, and make every word count. From a career standpoint, I've spent 20 years as a practitioner in human resources, training and development, learning and development, recruiting, organizational development. I love doing the work. I loved creating the training, the hiring, doing the succession planning. I started my formal talent career in New York fashion retail, and I worked in large financial organizations too. I spent another 15 years in consulting, and I was the leader of certifications around the world, which was heavy travel, yet wonderful travel, heavy certification, which I found energizing. And those classes help talent practitioners use the psychology behind the tools and be self-sufficient. I've done close to 700 360 reports in terms of those delivery and conversations and coaching. And in terms of certification programs that I've facilitated, I think I've logged 7 days a month in some location on this earth for about 20 years. So if I'm doing the math right, I'm busting past over 600 2-day courses total. I think it is a passion point. I think I really enjoy tailoring a session to whatever the participant needs, to go down whatever road they need to go down from an information standpoint. But the best thing about facilitating is to pull the qualities that every adult learner has, to their willingness to learn relevant material, to connect with the experience, or maybe even the motivation to improve themselves. I find all of that energizing. And, there's reciprocity in that exchange as well, the back and forth. I think that fills my bucket too. I also think that certifications are special because they're a promise. They're a promise of what it's like to work with that organization. When you go to a workshop to see what it's all about, you get a sense of the organization who's delivering it. And I think it's a privilege to stand in front of the room and to be the first person that a client meets, whether in person or virtually. And I think it's a privilege. It's a privilege to wear that name badge, TalentTelligent. I think that's what I like best about my role. I hope people join us. The All-Access Certification is definitely a unique thing in the marketplace. It's immediately applicable. With most certification programs, you go to training and you get one tool. Like you attend numerous days to use 360 assessment, you add a few more days and you get the high potential survey, you add another day and you get the interview and selection tool. You add on more days to get something else. That's not how it works at TalentTelligent. The All-Access Certification is a high-level survey course. It's process-based, which accelerates everything and equips participants to learn the science behind TalentTelligent's approach, how we use one best practice strategy, which is rooted in card sorting that you can apply across 5 talent management applications. The result is that participants gain access to dozens of talent tools that can be used with individual contributors, managers, leaders, high potentials, and teams. And that's something truly systemic and connective about it. There's really nothing else like this certification in the marketplace. I hope you join us. What to expect? You should expect that this program is accelerated learning. It's definitely a fast pass around foundational process steps and all of our tools. Maybe you studied psychology in school, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you found yourself in the people business of human resources and talent. And this certification is about gaining self-sufficiency, feeling confident in a tool that you can trust, that is based on psychology, with a learning experience that allows you to hit the ground running. So yes, the course moves quickly, but so do adult learners. So what happens is that you first get a very large box with numerous materials and tools. It contains everything that you possibly need in the course. And there's pre-work, and that pre-work not only demonstrates the process of how our tools work, but it creates actual case studies and real work product that we're going to analyze and we work with in the class. And around scheduling, it's important to note that we've created public open enrollment scheduling options that are spread out over a few days. Sometimes they run where they're 2 days and there's a day in between because there's some intersession work. The course configuration I like best is the 4 times. So it's 4 days with 4 hours each, just short chunks so that you have some time to reflect and complete a few small intersession assignments. And then after the program, you all have access to supplemental help and learning in a help center that can answer questions, has video support, has some e-learning materials, some just-in-time training that supports and sustains your learning. It's all there. It's the All-Access Cert. My facilitation style, wow. Okay, well, I enjoy facilitation. You know, the kind where people move around, they discuss, they do things, they write things in the chat panel. And I'm experienced in and I'm pretty passionate about our subject matter and the real difference that it can make. And I'm told participants notice that I'm passionate, and I know that they call me a bit of a quirky science nerd, but I'm convinced they say that with love. Rapid fire, who's my hero? Whoa, that's hard to do. Okay, I would say Elizabeth Bing. Elizabeth Bing is the co-founder of Lamaze International and is a proponent of well-educated family education for childbirth. She fled Nazi Germany, and her books are full of resilience and making a difference. I was lucky enough to meet her when she was 100, and she attended a childbirth educator conference. As another one of my hobbies, I taught Lamaze childbirth classes for about 10 years, and I've attended 45 births as a birth doula. So it was a pretty big deal to have Elizabeth Bing see me in my session. I guess she was in the back of the room. She saw me facilitate. She came up and she told me that I was making a difference and that I challenged my participants and that she wanted to continue to challenge me to make a difference. So, Elizabeth Bing is my hero. Oh, that's easy. Brussels, Belgium. Accessibility to everywhere in Europe. Architecture, food, mussels, waffles, and beer. And beer. They take their beer very seriously in Belgium. One meal forever. Hands down. Crab. Snow or stone. Hash browns, corn, and pie. Why? Why not?